so I'm holding my words here because I thought maybe once this series we would see, you know, Berdahl versus Rascal in a strong side duo, where we do see like a Fiora come through or Camille come through, but not going to happen here in this first game. I think KT's draft depends much more on a strong front line here.
Here we go, and the dancing begins right at minute 1. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, when you get World's MVP, and then you come back for this year in summer, and you're just like, oh, we're going in for a big trade, and his life is going to take a huge chunk of damage. But yeah, when you go from that to, you know, a guy who's slightly above average in the LCK, like, that's still great to be slightly above average in the LCK, but...
Deft, unfortunately, 2 of those there on that list. We saw yesterday he tried for heroic attempt. Vikla.
Oh boy. Chains are going to land. Vikla is so dead. And that's going to be Canyon picking up first blood with what seems to be the red buff. And just like that, so easy.
He gets that pick onto Vikla there with Canyon. Chains connect. Really nice setup gank. Cuz going to look for revenge here. See how greedy Showmaker gets.
He's not using distortion, so Showmaker can just store it out.
25 gold. That's the revenge.
Got him.
Because we were just seeing not Enchanter supports. Then it was like, oh, okay, Enchanter's something else. Vikla might be dead again.
He did see this one coming. He's still not going to take a great trade. Electrocute proc does come in. He was backed up in the lane because he saw Canyon from there, as Cuz is going to look to set this one up. Might be able to force a clone out, but no, Canyon's just going forward. Has the mid laner Showmaker coming on over, as now Cuz is on the run. And it looks like he should get away fine.
Yeah, they had bottom side prio, but not enough to rotate over, and Duckdom and Kellen just pin them down when they see the trades happening there in the river. And the reason is because Berdahl isn't doing much on this Renekton, and it's not a good sign usually. Here we go, though, level 6.
Hey, you sparked it out as the Dominus is used, but Rascal is still going in there. He has Ignite, and he's always going to get the advantage in these trades because of that. As the Ignite does come out, he's not quite going to get the kill, but that's why, you know, the second the Renekton oversteps his bounds, Rascal is right there.
He took Merc Treads, and Bomby Cinder is available. Meanwhile,
aiming a huge chunk of damage onto him as Cuz is nearby. The bubble onto life, though, is going to be quite nice. Canyon, though, can't quite join the fight because Cuz got the jump on him.
And can still set up for prio here on this Rift Herald. So usually Renekton gives you a little bit more control of this top side objective. Not so much this time around.
Showmaker coming on over. Rascal kind of being left alone as Cuz is desperately trying to kill a big raptor, as in goes the polymorph, and the timing is perfect.
Cuz.
Canyon goes in and gets demolished.
That was so beautifully played from Cuz. Meanwhile,
aiming. He's barely going to live. That bottom lane totally dominated by DK at the moment. Yeah. Lots of positioning over this Drake right now, although aiming is really not sure about that one. Let's try to erase that from the internet, shall we? As he's like, yeah, I'm Zeri. I could just get over the wall. Did not expect every single member of DK to be there, especially the CC coming in. And now this Rift Herald is, yes, it will get a charge. Say goodbye. It's okay, it's going to be a nice amount of... Oh my god, where did he go? This Duckdom just finds the Zeri. Again, no flash used at the end of that trade, and he just dies.
Doesn't even need to use his Gale Force to take him out. Just straight up has the burst damage there. It's a tidal wave, and he's dead. Easy peasy, and that should be the whole turret going down here. First turret blood.
This is starting off really well for the side of Dominus. Here comes Canyon, finds a unique angle. That's a great Emperor's Divide, though. Hits them both.
That was so beautiful from Vikla. Doesn't have to flash. Still Emperor's Divide down now for Cyclone. Bit of a trade. Aiming is, oh.
As, yep, see you later. Nice shield bow you got there. Would be a shame if I broke it. And he did. That's another kill for the Lucian. Duckdom is so fed in this game.
For this Drake fight, Rascal's got a flank angle. If they could blow somebody up, that's their best chance of taking a straight up 5v5. They're trying to bait it.
Okay, they are going to try to 100-0 him, and they will. Vikla will scoop the kill at the exact right moment before the streak spawns.
Such a brilliant play. They're baiting the LeBlanc in so hard there. There's no vision for Showmaker. He's blown up here. Damwon Kia are going to push this into mid, but this is the Drake. Zeri could be threatening later on, but it's going to be a long time before that's a thing.
Cuz getting leashed right now. He's got Canyon nearby. The Showmaker, they're trying to burst him down. The Heartbreaker over the wall. Cuz still on the run. It's a massive tidal wave going to hit Cuz as well. He has eaten so much damage. Wild Growth as well is going to be used onto that Viego. As KT will just say, nope, 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 we do not want to fight.
Oh yeah, I'd like to regen my health. Too bad it's going to disappear instantly by losing LeBlanc damage with a Renekton running at you.
So Rascal is really tanky, but can he get out of this is the question. He does have life coming over, and nope, we're just going to leave him to die. He was out here in the river by himself. They feed another kill into this Lucian, as Duckdom might be finishing an IE soon.
And maybe try to push for bottom turret, you know? I mean, there's nothing else on the map they could do or take.
It is risky, especially against LeBlanc, who's just going to be chipping away at you. We don't see a lot of sustain on the side of KT. There's no sustain. Enchanter, they only have the Lulu as Bertle looking for the play. He's going to get polymorphed and not quite able to be dunked on immediately, because is getting on in there, getting those stacks for the Sejuani, but not going to be able to lock him down.
Showmaker? Just have to say his name.
Showmaker, yeah, he's there.
He got the crown.
He got the crown. That's pretty big. As that's the Lucian right now. Only has 1,000 damage so far. He will have a lot more. Yeah. KT are really making a big
Showmaker's he's playing with vision so well. They don't know.
They don't know about this, and look at that wombo combo. Immediately, the Sejuani is going to eat all of the damage, and they kill the clone. That's all that KT got. They got the Wukong clone.
I mean, as KT here, the longer this goes, the more you posture, the more opportunities Aiming has to hit that poke. And that's the one thing they needed so desperately, was any sort of poke damage here from safety.
Okay, I mean, Canyon's going to force it. He's just going to get 100-0'd.
Now he's gone. He's completely out of this fight. No, usage of his ultimate.
Look at the poke difference, too. I mean, Rascal goes way too deep, though, as over the wall goes Cuz. Rascal nearly dies.
Annex the Drake. That's mine.
Okay, well, they're going to go for a fight here. Let's see how it goes as Canyon gets in, and he does steal it. The golden smite button not quite there, as a massive Aqua Prism catches the two frontliners. And Damwon Kia find a decent fight for them, but they're not getting over the wall here, as Ingo's Vikla is going to scoop that croc, but maybe not the one he wanted, as he gets a little bit too overzealous there. Aiming is going to survive for now.
Vikla decides to go back in there. It's actually massive. He's down for 50 more seconds. That might actually be enough for Damwon Kia to end this.
Showmaker getting in. He's frontlining here for Duckdom, who is going to get the flash there out of Aiming, as life is just being chased down. This is very sad. They're going to leave him alive, it looks like.
Yeah, to delay his death timer here.
Yep.
Which is, the old Overwatch strat.
Oh yeah, feed it over to Showmaker. Probably a good idea.
This awkward Drake fight.
Okay, so Cuz is here trying to set up for a Baron steal. He's just going to die. Was here all alone. Was looking for the angles, but on vision, he will be taken out. So Damwon Kia able to extend this. They get a fight on their terms. They take the Ocean Soul down.
That's a huge tool gone now defensively.
Yeah, Showmaker, he's still in there, being a huge menace as Duckdom nearly dies to Vikla. That is also the amount of damage that KT are packing. The issue is that the Baron buff and the push is pretty oppressive here from the side of Damwon. Trying to hold on to this last turret, not going to be able to do so. DK still over the wall, making big plays.
Stopwatch still up here for Cuz is really huge. 4 seconds left on this Baron. And it looks like they've staved off the pressure for now. Can they actually look for a turn or a fight is the question.
Oh, there it is, the culling, as Vikla is going to swish and hit only air with that one.
Really, really now going to be Damwon Kia having so much agency to just push this one through without the Emperor's Divide. KT on their last legs here. Aiming, where is that extendo being poked? Where is the damage?
Cuz trying to frontline now.
There's one.
Just fishing. Just trying to get that vision. Vikla now bringing up the caboose of this train in the back there as they try to move in as a 5-man unit. But DK doing the right thing. They have the Renekton pushing mid, threatening the base. and putting a timer on KT.
Great shot calling here from Berdahl, making the choice. Showmaker's coming up too. They're just going to say, all right, you guys can have the Elder. We'll take the game.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to back on this one, I don't think, as Duckdom is getting the calling. He nearly kills Vikla as the Wild Growth comes out, but look at the base. Down goes Vikla, rather, as the Nexus turrets will go down. The Viego gets this one. The teleport is coming out to the deny of the kill onto that turret. Looking like Damakia will be taking this first game. No backs will come through, and they will take it down in 42 minutes. Yeah, I'm just glad that Damakia finally pulled it together. You know, I was really worried for them, to be honest, in that mid game. Very nervous, very passive, but they found their angle. They played over the Ocean Drake. They didn't have control of it, even from ahead somehow, but they stole it. They took the fight. They rolled it into a Baron, and from there it was all there. I suppose?
He's got his own fate's call for the Kalista.
There you go. They're saving each other. It's so romantic.
Ooh, this. They lock it in as well. All right.
This is what I expect to be the real reason why Berdahl is playing. You know, I was looking forward to the Rumble.
Yeah, me too, but
The Kalista Rumble lane.
where you engage with it, do a ton of damage, then devour the Kalista, and she's impossible to kill, and it can be quite strong, but okay.
Uh-oh, that's Vikla maybe going down here. He's not going to have to flash, but it gets incredibly low. Showmaker has 3 wins in this matchup.
Of the 4.
In summer 2022.
There you go. And I don't want to judge the Yone pick too early.
Oh boy, here we go again as Steadfast Presence comes in, and Vikla, he's going to actually flash as one more Q will do it, and nope, Canyon's just going to boop him on the head with the hammer. I thought you just saved that flash in that manner, in that position, but he goes for it and goes down anyway.
With the Ahri ban, but not this time around. 2 games in a row.
Here we go again. Concussive blows will land, but he's underneath the turret now, as here's Cuz as well. A fantastic pillar, but there's not much follow-up. His aiming is trying to get on in there now. He's pretty low himself, but do they have the damage? Yes, the chomp comes out, but Duckdom finds the space. The Greyhound is procced. The chase is on. 3v3, his life is going to tongue last, but at the end of the day, he will just be stepped aside, and Canyon picks up one. Can he get a second? It will not happen. Cuz just get away as the trade is worked better by DK.
Oh, absolutely. Damwon get a pickup of an early kill on a Draven here in this 3v3 bottom side. Canyon pops off here. Cuz not able to make his pillar really extremely high value here. And the follow-up from Life does not nail the extra kill for aiming, so and is now so accelerated here. They're even looking to push them off of the lane and grab a plate.
Yeah, Berdahl's getting in here. He's trying to assassinate Cuz. It's not quite going to work, and now they're looking for Berdahl. Does not have a dash. Well, he did, but he's not going to get away from that one, as this should be a death onto the Yone. Rascal will pick that up, as meanwhile, the bottom lane is entirely in tatters for KT. Damakia really trying to push the envelope here.
Oh,
Duckdom's going to get an entire turret down here.
They lane swap early, which means that aiming can farm, but it means that Rascal cannot.
Subjugate is in. Berdahl is trying to run away from this one, but Chilling Smite is the choice nowadays, as Berdahl is forced to flash out of this one. Meanwhile, Rascal totally fine down here.
Now, he's fine, but he will lose a lot of farm. This is going to be Rift Herald dropped, so aiming will find some gold. And Life comes over!
Is he going to get that kill here? No way, right?
I don't think so.
Bunch of autos on the turret, or on the board rather. He's still here.
Well, Berdahl is dead now. That is for sure.
Oh man. Well, that wasn't it. Wow,
this series.
Berdahl's trying his best, but that was not very good. Showmaker might just die, but he is going to flash. Here comes a pillar, no doubt soon, right? Cuz no, not yet. He does use Subjugate, and he might just get CC down 100-0 himself. He is going to have to flash over the wall. As Whirling Death now comes in, there's a Chilling Smite, this time from Canyon, as a 2-man knockup is going to catch the both of them, as Cuz will be the giveaway, as well as a double kill here for the side of Showmaker as he chases him down.
Yep, no cross map here whatsoever for KT. A huge aggressive play backfires big time, and
Vikla thought, okay, easy sweep. to my teammate and we kill him.
Showmaker calls for it, comes back in long range, and gets the snipes. 2 kills picked up by him.
이게 왼쪽이야.
What, you said something going left, I guess? I don't know. Catch exactly.
Flashed somewhere as now he's about to be pillared. And there's the subjugate as well. Showmaker in a ton of trouble, but he has a stopwatch. And it might just save him. Nope, big chomp in the face as Bertel is coming in. The Whirling Death is looking to be timed out here. Life nearby for the Devour. And even looking to extend this trade as they go back in. Bertel kind of being one down, but eventually with Cuz going back in as Bertel, that was... You were so good up until the moment you flashed back into your death. Do not know why he did that, but it happens as he's getting a bit overexcited. Meanwhile, Rascal is just zen by himself in the bottom lane.
He's going for the shield bow build this time around, so has the ability to make those kind of skirmishes work extremely well, but not this time.
What?
Herald just pulled himself back down to the
Did she hit the ceiling? Like, what's going on? As okay, that Poppy's in some trouble, but Canyon doesn't seem to care as the Braum ult is actually getting so much value. Everybody's slowed up. Easy knock up here for that one, but it does not matter as they keep going forward. They don't seem to care. Aiming is going to go down. Vikla now is zoned away from this one. As Duckdom will bite the dust as well, and now Bertel, he's got an ultimate, he's looking for the angle, but...
Vikla wanted to TP back in so badly, now they're trapped!
Life goes back in to try to save Rascal here underneath the Sun Disc, and that's going to cost them 2 kills, as Bertel will pick them both up.
Azir's doing the same, and is starting to threaten an inhibitor turret, so Damwon will have to respond eventually.
As Ingo's Life, he is not next to his team now, but... The Braum ultimate comes in. Rascal misses the knockup, and he's just going to get devoured to save his life. But the poke damage coming out now from Draven and Talia is way too much. Trying to force that one right before the Drake, but Damwon going to get the much better edge in that fight.
And Damwon are just going to get a free soul point as well. Vikla and crew are going to try to trade this for Baron. This ward is so valuable. Really? It's now deactivated, but they did see the rotation over from KT. They should know this. I mean, they have a Yone ult here. KT, this is very optimistic. They're going to have to use that Ornhorn perfectly. Look at Kellen. He's like, I dare you to call the Forge God.
Look at this position right now from Bertel. He is all the way behind them. He is lining up for this ultimate. He's got it. 2 of them in the front line immediately go down. The wall is right behind them, but the turn is trying to come in. A 4-man knockup by Rascal in the back line, and he turns the fight right on its head, just like that. And he picks up a double kill for his troubles. That will be the Infernal Drake here in the pockets of KT as Bertel is going to be devoured, and he's going to go down as well. Rascal knockup. As he's still okay, down he goes.
Will be Trundle that picks up the kill, so that's nicely bought time there from Bertel and makes sure they're like, okay, we cannot actually give this kill over to our carry. So cleanly played from KT and well communicated, and now they're back into the game.
Vikla should be fine. Yeah, another fantastic one, and now Bertel's all alone, but they're right over the wall, actually. In comes the rest of them, and this time, the Ornhorn is blocked. As Rascal is desperate to try to save his team. This time it's not a 5-man unit of KT. It's 1 by 1 the dominoes fall. And the chase potential here from the side of Damwon is large. In goes Canyon. Once again, the Whirling Death from downtown. As I don't know about continuing onto this Kalista, but they get 3 kills, which is massive. There's no objective at this point, but they stop the Baron power play.
Now, if we stay in the game, we will... We will know that it is resolved, whatever the issue was.
Yeah.
Aiming is on this Drake solo, by the way. I cannot believe this is happening.
Yeah, remember that, okay, they just spotted this, as now Bertel is on the flank once again. Oh, nicely denied there by Rascal. He's not going to get knocked up, and in go Damwon. Vikla is going to get devoured at the perfect time, as now the sweep comes in. The back and to the front here from the side of KT is huge, but Canyon is able to get in that back line. They create a front line here for Duckdom.
Canyon's so low.
Double kill comes in here for Duckdom, and the GA gets popped by the side of Aiming.
But it's just making sure you could stop this Yone angle. That's the hardest part. If you try to collapse on him, you lose control of the map.
All right, here it is. As Cuz is caught on the opposite side of that wall, but we got Sun Disc. Bertel is right in the back line. He's doing tons of damage, actually, as he is going to have to back away. Showmaker's now on the back line, and he's going to take down the Azir. Does Duckdom. The front line is here once again for the side of DK. And that might just be the straw that broke the camel's back. 5 members of Damwon Kia coming in with Infernal Soul.
Now you just cannot stop the engage. Sundisk's turret is up, and Bertol goes in essentially alone, but they can't lock down the Slippery Yone. The follow-up damage is real. KT just not able to set up a counter wombo like we saw in the previous fight they took, which feels like so long ago. Damwon Kia just pushing to end now. This inhibitor is not their final goal.
Yeah, I think this should be enough. Aiming, unfortunately, if he ever gets in range to fight, he just goes down. And speaking of which, Canyon's going to make that a very short period of time, as we do have Life and Cuz trying to get something done.
These turrets trying to buy time for the Azir, but it's not going to happen, Valdez.
13 seconds, not enough time. It looks like after all of that, Damwon Kia going to push through, and now they are in a lead 2-0 in this series against everybody's expectations. A massive start here from the Damwon side.
How do you recover now as KT Rolster? No one predicted Damwon Kia but Cloud Templar, but a 3-2 is far from the truth that we are looking at right now. And if KT reverse sweep here, it might be one of the biggest stories that have ever happened in the first round of a gauntlet or a playoff in the LCK history, considering the circumstances. And if you can fight around Sylas Swain together, like we have never seen this combo together before here in the LCK. But if you think about how it works together in terms of the hard engage for the Sylas, the Swain follow-up, plus the Ornhorn and Wukong, like you're going to lock down Damwon Kia's draft very well if the fights play out. As you can see, Danny is adding a lot of his thoughts here on the surprise top Sylas pick. Just talking about the Sylas versus Swain argument for where you would play each of these champions. And Canyon sees that Cuz has left his blue buff, so with that extra information, Showmaker's like, yep, just going to play it safe.
This feels really
optimistic.
Yeah, they're trying to bait this really hard, and what ends up happening is that they just get a really big chunk on aiming.
Yeah. And so he's actually going to have to take an early back here. This is really frustrating. I like the idea in principle because Duckdom has Gravitum, so they sell the idea really well, and it's such a juicy target. He takes that trade that's slightly poor, and obviously Cuz is in waiting, and he waited in bottom and waited in mid, doesn't really get anything out of it, and this is just going to be back control of the lane for Duckdom and Kellen.
Going in on this one, Vikla in a little bit of trouble. He's going to avoid that seismic shove. And even the poke of Canyon coming in. Vikla still has his teleport, so nicely navigates that issue.
The Taliyah. That's very difficult for aiming to get advantages here after being out of lane for so long.
Well, here we go. No flash, no ghost, no hope for Rascal. First blood goes over to Canyon. A pretty straightforward gank right when Bertol hits level 6. The one thing about Lucian, especially, I mean, game number 1 is not really a great example because Duckdom got so unbelievably far ahead that he was super fed like 23 minutes into the game, right? But Lucian still, as a champion, brings probably the highest burst damage in the game, I'd say, at least out of meta champions. As Canyon is series level 6, looking for the stun onto aiming, just a little bit of harass from the jungle mostly, as no flash here for Showmaker as they're trying to go in on this one. He gets really low, second Cyclone will secure it.
All right, Cuz makes a proactive play here. They get Showmaker's flash earlier. He has the follow-up here, and Cyclone twice. That's all it takes to connect the CC there from the Sylas. So now
just going to throw this one in. As, oh, the stun comes down already. That's getting low enough for a smite. Oh, man. Danny just takes that down, and he gets 25 gold as well.
They didn't even have a wave prepped, and this could have been held for so much longer. 90 seconds until Drake spawns. Could have used it for some extra prio there, and Wukong absent in all of this.
Oh, man. Ignite already here. He's going to force the ult out of Rascal, and now Bertol in a bit of trouble as well. Has to call his own Forge God. As you can see, Rascal is not done yet.
Does have flash, but doesn't get to keep his ult, so I think that he will inevitably eventually be done there, even though he definitely didn't want to be, as you say. And
oh, man, Rascal. He doesn't even have his ult. And everybody's just up here. He's going to get the pull onto Duckdom, but this guy is so dead. And let's see who they give the kill over. to. It will be Duck Dom, not a big surprise there. Pretty free on that one as Wukong is going to pick up the Drake.
And it is Duck Dom who won't be getting plates at this stage. He normally comes up here and gets plates, but he's looking for a turret. He's like, found a little bit of control.
Oh, in goes Vikla. He's got wild growth on himself. This is some massive Sylas in so many different ways as now the Taliyah wall's coming in. Tidal wave as well, but Rascal is right here with the teleport. And looking to turn this one around for the side of KT. 2 kills now to KT as that one is going to be buffered here nicely by Bertol, but I don't even know if this Graviton Moonlight Vigil will help him. A double kill now for KT as a huge turnaround has come in. Even a flash traded for a Gale Force, but
okay, meanwhile over here, Ornhorn dive set up. Tidal Wave is up for life. Yeah. This could be massive layup Cyclone too.
Rotation is coming up, but it feels late from the side of Damonkia as now Bertol comes in with the better Ornhorn himself. As you see Showmaker and Canyon getting onto that backline, Life is left out to dry and left all alone as now we've got Nami here for Canyon. So many different things as the Viego goes in, looking for the kill on Takaz as second Cyclone comes in. Bertol getting a little bit excited himself.
You hit Lucian with a Luden's proc, and he goes down to half.
Oh, we're going in. Vikla is like, no, I'm going out. Decides to get out of there with a Heartbreaker, but now it's Bertol who is left all alone, and everybody else on the side of DK is just running. And you can see that Showmaker has to go into a stopwatch very early on. He is going to have to flash this one. In goes Vikla, and they have the tankiness. Vikla's got a Zhonya's already as a big Moonlight Vigil comes in, but it's not big enough.
Rascal also does end up breaking his stopwatch here to survive, and they're going to take out this turret. They're going to look for another charge. Damwon Kia just keep coming up empty in these exchanges.
Oh man, Canyon nearly goes down, and that's that burst damage of the Lucian, even this early on in the game. And also the top Swain, which we definitely did not see coming.
And we're still not sure if we like it yet, but it's working out in this comp.
You know,
we talked about how it could work, and then we were like, well, it probably won't, but now it is.
From ahead, you know, looks pretty good. Canyon's just dead. That is the value of a Lucian.
Yeah, and what did we talk about when we saw the Lulu lock in? Uh-oh, can't control vision if you fall behind, if you lose control of the map. These are those types of moments. Canyon will be picked. Kellen will be picked. You cannot clear this vision without your Ornn. And now this is just Baron being taken. Oh, no control of this whatsoever.
And you can see that they're trying to come on in here as 4, but they don't have a jungler. So they would just have to try to corral them, try to do a little bit of damage. You know, that's going to be denial on the Ornhorn as Bertol tries to flash in with his own smite. Doesn't end up working. Nice effort, I suppose, but he is going to be taken out. And now Duck Dom and Showmaker just have to kite this one back.
Yeah, I don't know if they actually get to escape here.
Yeah, no, they're just too fast on the other side as a bubble is going to catch him. It's the Swain zoning the other two. They're just looking for a full ace as Duck Dom does do a bit of boom boom 200 years, but at the end of the day, he's going to be taken out here by the Lucian.
Kellen looking for a back, but actually might have been better off looking for the execute. Will not get it anymore. Sad news.
There it is, the unofficial ace.
Unofficial ace, Cannon respawn, but he's picked. It leads to a Baron, and that is this game basically over now. KT just have too much control over the map. This composition is well and truly online, and I mean, look at these lost minions here on top and bottom. Dominator just priced into forcing something here.
The Swain is help pushing top lane as well as, yep, that's the Lucian. He tries to counter engage. In goes Canyon, a 5-man knockup with that one as Aiming nearly dies in that backline, and now Vikla's going forward with Rascal. They say we can still win this fight even without our Lucian. As they get into that backline, Duck Dom is going to flash, but he immediately gets popped down by Cuz in this one, and immediately there is no DPS on the side of DK. The Showmaker is not able to do much. So many low health bars, but they are pushing to maybe end.
It's not fair that they can have a Sylas, a Swain, and an Ornn. They have the Ornn ultimate, so essentially they have it. And this comp, this duo of solo AP laners is not meta. It's not something we've seen before. KT, brave enough to try it, facing match point here, down 0-2 in this series after an hour-long pause.
Life does damage, okay? He's got 22 stacks on him and dies, all right? And we have a game number 4, which I'm not sure anyone could have predicted. I just think he did way too much for his team. It was like too much. It was too obvious. But yeah, it was really good stuff from him. Very proactive, looking for fights, good calls by the team, getting fights on their terms.
will be the Ornn, it looks like here. Just
No.
really strong team fighting, straight up. And they are by far the better team comp in terms of passing the mid game and is starting to scale. Because the Nilah pick, very strong in the mid game, good for setting up team fights, but I think if Damwon Kia do not get very far ahead with this Vi Ahri,
Here we go. We're still in round 1 of the playoffs. We already have one of our teams making it through. It was, spoiler if you didn't watch, Live Sandbox taking out DRX 3-1. You should have watched that.
it is crazy, but she will not be able to do it alone, even with a cat on her shoulders.
Oh boy, we just had this happen to Vikla in the last game with the Poppy. I guess that was 2 games ago, but still. The level 2 ganks. This time it was with the Wukong that actually had red buff. Canyon didn't have red buff when he went for his gank.
Yeah, this didn't end up being a great trade for Vikla, however, and Canyon is nearby off vision. Vikla trying to check this one out.
No ping onto him.
They have a ward down there to the bottom of the river as well. Canyon is just lurking. Well, Vikla knows.
Showmaker missed all 4 of those, or at least all 3 of those last CS. Graviton was available, so you could see how they were trying to set that up.
Things get much better for the Nilah here very soon, but just not quite there yet. It's okay. Unseen.
Because now coming on up, and Showmaker doesn't have flash, so he is pretty much down. And he's going to be taken out eventually. We'll see who they give the kill to. It will be Vikla, who once again is going to start off this game very strong as we are going in on this bottom lane. The damage is coming in. The Prowling Projectile is going to take out Life with the help of the damage from Duckdom. Flash response from aiming is clean.
This is what I was talking about, the all-in potential. You start to get your abilities online, you hit level 4, and you can actually make it happen with the extra sustain the Yuumi is going to give you, especially in a heal-less lane here for aiming and life. He's dead no matter what. Now this is the all-in here. Uses the Q to, of course, extend. Has the dash. Yuumi gets on him. He's sped up. Exhaust comes through. And then look at Vi. Just lurking. Coming over. Could have actually maybe, if he came earlier, grabbed a double. Mostly avoided here, though.
And now the response from Rascal looking for a solo kill. Not going to happen. Bertle not taking too much damage in this one, as now the Vi is in the bottom side to try to burst down this Lulu, and they will be able to. The damage coming out from Duckdown now. Cuz trying to make the play, but the Yuumi is so strong, and the re-engage does come back in. As aiming may be baited into this one, or perhaps it was Damwon Kia who were baited into this fight. The kill goes to the Wukong, and that's a second one. Finally, Showmaker goes in. He's got a Yuumi on his back now.
He's taking so many turret shots here. Cuz does not hit level 6 off of the wave. Seeing him come over here and looking to try to turn that one around, I thought he for sure.
And Damwon Kia didn't even get the Drake.
Nope. So and now they're coming back down.
Okay, I mean, they're going to make this play happen. Vikla is so dead. Like, unbelievably dead. As down he will go, and that is a 3rd kill now to the Nilah.
That's without the Nilah ult as well. It's just straight up a Vi ult engage. They have the follow-up damage, and
that's Ahri Vi.
Ahri Vi, very powerful. And Nilah still has the ult here, so engaging and trying to stop this Drake, I think, is unrealistic here for KT. Just going to be going over for free. A very late first Drake here, but it belongs to Damwon Kia. Rascal's going to get another plate up here with a Demolish, but okay.
That's definitely one way to put it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like our teams are going to back away.
They will back away. I think the winner of this is Damwon, though. They didn't really lose too much. Nilah lost some farm, but Aphelios didn't get any either, didn't get any plates, and they can actually group up now to deal with this Rift Herald as the Gwen is winning against Aphelios top side, of course.
Here we go again. The Apotheosis finds 2, but everybody just flashes away. The Cyclone, Cuz is in there all alone. He gets a second knockup, but nobody can get in, not even Vikla, who has the Ahri ultimate and has to flash anyway. I mean, and meanwhile, Bertle just rejected going bot. He's like, no, that's not a thing. As now, Ahri coming on in, setting up the play. Duckdom will collect. Just like that, the Lulu cannot survive against this pressure.
Like, Ornn is still bottom. Eventually, you're going to need to fight.
I mean, you would assume so, right?
That's a whole turret, so like, yeah, you spent all that time getting bottom turret, but we got a turret and a kill. As this fight so difficult to take without your AD carry, he's not here, cuz.
Yeah, KT not in position to take this one, as the clone is going to be dunked on by Canyon, and immediately he just gets blown up because of that. And now there's a front line here for the Aphelios, who just dunks on the entire team of Damwon. And they are on the run. They are off to the races.
Big ult from Aiming. Can they chase here? KT is being proactive. Your bottom side.
Yeah, should be able to get that. That's a flash into double knockup. Aiming is very slow to enter this one. Has to be kind of careful, but now he goes in with the Gravitum, and now he has the burst damage to get through that one.
Damwon
It will be the kill over to Aiming.
Can they even try to start up Baron here? There's no cross map available.
He's not getting picked, is what he says, but this flank is definitely an issue.
Quickly gets blue buff. Bertle's the biggest issue.
He's going to have a nice angle here for the Needles. We'll see if it gets effective damage down, as Cuz and Rascal trying to chip away at this as a turret goes down.
The ultimate steal here for Vikla onto the Viol pushes Birdall away. He wants to all in on him if he gets into range. They can just turn on the dime.
The damage is there, and it's going to be taken down by Cuz, as now they're trying to go onto Canyon, but Rascal, it is a huge cluster in this one. The Apotheosis gets insane value from this Neela, but do they have the follow-up damage is the question. The answer is absolutely yes, as they are going to wipe KT on this Dragon.
Wombo combo style, they have the big Apotheosis. They're looking to end the game and end this series. And KT, they were split there. Half the focus on Drake, half the focus on collapsing onto the Gwen. Vikla steals away the Vi ultimate. He wants to ult the Vi. KT not all on the same page. The biggest victim here is Aiming, who has to instantly stopwatch. Cannot do that longer damage in the fight. And Damwon Kia push to end the game.
This is over, I think. Ooh, they're a little bit slow. They're a little bit slow on that turret. No. They're not going to go for the end. And it's only Lulu for now, but immediately Aiming comes back and they decide, okay, not too much peel if they get on top of the Aphelios. You have wild growth, you have some stuns, that's about it. As now Rascal's getting caught in the side lane. The Needles are coming in. The wild growth here onto Rascal, but eventually he's going to be taken down. That's a 6th kill now for Duckdom and should be Baron. They know they're there, and we should have an Ahri in position in just a moment. As over the wall they go, that's immediately going to be life just being burst down 100-0. Cuz will get out. They stop the Baron take at least, but I think they're paying in dividends.
Yeah, I think Damwon Kia probably don't even need to take Baron now.
Take it again.
Take it again. I mean, they could have just walked mid. I just think he ends the game eventually. KT they have to make a call. They have to actually engage. They have to hard commit one way or the other, or Birdall will just kill the Nexus.
Hey, they're going to go on to Birdall here. That is a lot of CC, but the Needles are enough, and he slows everybody down. They can't chase, and just like that, because of that committal, they lose their bottom inhibitor. They had to make a choice. Cuz nearly dies. Zingo Showmaker trying to make a play now onto the Aphelios is going to force a Ghost and a Flash out of Aiming.
Still has his ultimate here. One Hail Mary, KT.
Damwon Kia still taking it slow as, okay, the stolen Vi ultimate does come out, but Vikla's left all alone on that backside. He's trying to do something, but look at Birdall, and Duckdom goes in with another massive ult, but it doesn't quite do the damage. Where is the damage here from the side of Damwon? No way! It's not there as Duckdom is trying to stand up, but a defense has been put on by KT.
Well, Vikla did so much in that fight. He lives, he heals, he takes out Showmaker on the edge.
As this should go down. Okay, that's Hextech Soul on in as, yeah, we're getting into the backline, but there's no follow-up for Damwon Kia's Birdall now. He's going to teleport into the fight. They want to take this fight down, but look at the backline. Apotheosis comes out, but it doesn't matter because the Aphelios is just doing the majority of the damage.
Cuz blocks everybody with Cyclone. Nobody can get in. They're going to try to end. They're pushing bottom lane here.
Yep.
There's an inhibitor to block. You got to back right now, KT Roaster. They're coming in. Birdall's got so much damage.
Okay, so the inhibitor will go down, but they won't lose their base.
Pushing mid. They're pushing mid too.
Yeah, I think you can just split. This is very well handled by KT as long as they don't lose the fight. And it should not be lost as Duckdom is going to go to the TA, but he will get taken out. And Birdall will not have enough, or will he? He's living. This is maybe a Gwen angle. No, it's not going to be. And KT, they defend and they bring us to a game number 5.
Unbelievable. Damwon Kia had everything. They had a Fed. And the Vi Ahri Neela gave Damwon such a huge lead. And even with the gold graph here past 32 really spiking up for KT, Damwon were still in control. They still had that Baron. They were still winning team fights. It was a Nuguri special earlier on in the season. If you guys want to do like another throwback to champions that were relevant at a different time than this one this season, Corki into Taliyah. An extremely brave choice because Taliyah is the type of champion, especially with a Trundle pick here, that can threaten you in lane, has kill pressure in lane if played correctly. It's all going to be about Vicla's laning phase here, and might be Corki has to pick up an early Hex Drinker. That style of game where the game gets very slow.
So, here we go. We got call starts in the bottom lane.
That's the kind of game we're watching tonight,
Yep.
Valdez. That's the kind of game 5 we're into here.
We're sitting back.
It's a Corki game. And,
well, I suppose with Kalista gone, it wasn't the angle. They didn't want to play the Aphelios Renata Glask until this time. Until this moment.
It does feel like, in terms of lockdown here for the Zeri, you've got 2 angles, right? It's Cyclone and the Hextech Ultimatum. As Rascal, solo kill machine.
Oh, he's looking for it, but the body slam, you see, he's not able to quite push the envelope after that one.
An Igniteless lane. Flash on Birdall here doesn't always, we don't always see that on Camille because it doesn't need it necessarily with Hookshot.
That looks very suspicious for Rascal, as he's just going to body slam that, though. It seems like he did not realize, in fact, that was coming in. So the flash comes in, but now Puzz is here.
Canyon's traded more.
Uh-oh, Canyon trying to go forward. He can't go back, and that is going to be the kill to Canyon as he pushes it forward.
What he can do with his,
okay. There's that ultimate you were talking about, as that hostile takeover is going to be key for keeping them alive. And Duck Dom,
Titan.
it's pretty sneaky.
He's got red-white.
And he's looking for like a flank here. This is very interesting. As now Ghost going to be used by aiming, as you can see.
Over here.
Trying to make some fireworks happen is Rascal, as he is going to burst him down, and the smite comes in from Cuz. They're going to steal away the Rift Herald and
Taliyah wall.
Oh, but he's going to be denied. He's going to be hit off the wall.
Well, just barely stops him. That was very close. His aiming is just hiding in this bush with a control ward. They have this Trundle here.
Oh, boy. And they're looking to set this one up with the pillar as the curtain call, or rather the final chapter is going to come out. And Kellen does have to flash that one. Lots of damage back onto Cuz. But it is a Trundle.
Yeah, and he's going to have a powered recall, too. Like, he's just going to drop this. And okay, I thought he was going to back off, but they want to force. Canyon has
Rascal's top again. What happened? Package still strong. Still does what we all know it can do, as the wall is going to come in. They're trying to isolate Showmaker, but he has a package. So hostile takeover hits 3, and they're all just boomed in that back line. A double kill now for the Aphelios. Make that a single as well for Showmaker. And they totally own that fight.
Yeah, we're, of course, the Aphelios ult. Kellen's just like from a million miles away able to shape this entire team fight because the Taliyah wall forces this fight to happen in a choke point. Damwon were 100% prepared for the way that KT were going to engage, and because KT had...
I mean, it was a fantastic setup, and he deserves all the props.
Oh, absolutely.
Cuz trying to make this happen again. He's got the Subjugate down, and he's not going to get it this time. The only thing that's getting is a kill here for Showmaker, as Vicla now in the pit. He's being burst down. This one is going to hell in a handbag, as now the hostile takeover comes in. KT are falling apart. Damwon Kia are rolling over them. A quadra kill for Showmaker on the Corki in Game 5. Yeah, I think that you certainly could look for angles like that. For now, they're just kind of spread out, farming it out. Cuz looking for his own angle here. That's another play on the clone, which has been quite the star so far in this one. That's now trying to get on top of Showmaker. He has exhaust, so Zhonya's comes in. Vicla going to respond with his own, and kind of left as a sitting duck, but here comes Aiming. He's got that front to back. Aiming tries to get in, and yes, he's hand shook. But this could be a kill for the Zeri. That's going to be the first one. Shuts down the Corki finally. And this fight isn't over. They're trying to feed the Aiming again. Feed the Zeri. That's a second kill now to Aiming.
I think we can certify that. That's over 1,000 gold that she picks up here. The IE is broken.
Okay, going in onto a Gragas. Not sure about that one, but Canyon immediately trying to get out here. The pillar doesn't do anything. It's now Cuz going to be handshook back into hostile takeover. They're going to try to take him down, and they should be able to. Yeah. Duckdom fed the kill. Now 3 kills into the Aphelios.
Yep. All they got on the Zerio's Flash and the Immortal Shield Bow, but with this build, and will be very potent in straight-up team fights if she can continually thread the volleys.
Uh-oh. The caster Curse Vikla in a lot of trouble, but the second Cyclone is not going to extend. And there is a Yuumi in this game. Tons of damage coming out here from Birdall, who is
respected.
Pretty tanky himself. Got that Sterix as now. That's going to be the Cloud Drake going down. Looks like KT want to get out of here, but DK want to get in there. Birdall, hostile takeover as well, but they do not follow up on this. The power of OK. Nice little play here from Duckdown. Nearly is able to chunk down Aiming all by himself as he engages now. Forced on in. A massive big one, but Aiming, he's got a little bit of a front line. Can he make it happen is the question. Maybe he can as the zap comes out.
Uh-oh, here we go.
That wall is very interesting as down will go Cuz again. And yeah, just trying to force it, but Aiming kind of running out of time on that one and not able to get quite in there.
The Taliyah wall not great either, unfortunately. Nice attempt there from Vikla to try to lock them in to the Zeri hype train, but
poor Cuz kind of just being the punching bag in this one, but really it's all about the Zeri. Doesn't matter. Cuz can die 18 times. It won't matter if Aiming is fed. As in we go, the Baron started once again. Showmaker has a package, so again, that's not going to work as the front line here. The hostile takeover is enough, and Rascal will go down. The smite will secure him. Canyon picks that one up.
They stop the Baron, though. Can they force a fight here? It looks so unlikely without their Gragas.
Clone, the 6th player of whatever team has Wukong, certainly eating a lot of damage in the series.
Rascal just trying to push out the bot lane. They could have a flank angle with him if he could do so.
Yeah, KT actually committing to this as that's going to be the Trundle gone. The Wombo comes in again as you see the huge amount of damage. This time Vikla has to go into the stopwatch early as Aiming is trying his damnedest to carry this one. As he goes in with the ult, he's looking for the damage here on the Showmaker. It's really all about Aiming versus the world. You cannot go into the Zeri right now. A double kill comes over. And even Duckdom is like, man, I got to get the hell out of here. I don't want to be in here. Yeah. He's like, please save me someone. Where's my Yuumi? Well, you didn't pick it. As here we go, the Prowling Projectile not going to hit. And they've got Rascal as a frontline. Birdall trying his best, trying to see if he can get on top of that. That's a nice stun, but in goes the Zeri once again. And huge damage out of Duckdom as well. Birdall's trying to get into that back line. And everybody's trying to block. But it will be Aiming who does get the support and is able to front to back and is able to get that damage down. The slow comes in on a Birdall. And a handshake is enough.
And this should be the Drake. This should be the Drake going over to KT, plus the whole map. I mean, they have Baron up. They can do whatever they want.
Okay.
Hopeful at best.
Maybe this is a way to get on Aiming. As this is what the ultimatum is for, right? That's what the Camille is for, right? As the Moonlight Vigil doesn't do anything, and huge hostile takeover again, but guess who's untouched? Just like you said, it's Aiming again, but the front line of KT this time is just going to disappear, as it does for the side of down one. The Baron was taken, remember, by KT, so they went out in this fight.
Yeah, Aiming is like, I'm still alive. I don't care. It was a really nice idea from Showmaker. The package angle was beautiful. If he catches Aiming there and is able to chip him down while also splitting this team in half, then I think this fight is still winnable for Damwon. They're going to just try to siege up this inhibitor here against the Zeri. Turret set, but I mean, she's got good wave clear. I mean, they might be able to get this inhibitor. Rascal's coming down, no cask.
Yeah.
This is a good call from Damwon, very aggressive.
Little front line here. Big boy Rascal trying to get in front. And they are not going to get this inhibitor, not yet.
Cask coming up, Cask coming up.
Oh, they're going for it. Kellen's basically gone. Prowling Projectile, remember, the Yuumi is here. As Aiming looks for it again. Not going to hit Kellen this time.
Oh, so close to the Cask actually grabbing 2 members there. This is insane.
This is a roller coaster.
Is so broken, and Aiming has 7 kills on it. He has full build.
He gets a ton of damage out of your Taliyah.
He puts those rocks on the ground, and nobody wants to get in there. You know, it's so difficult. He can shove you away, he can shove you in if you're Birdall. If the rest of the team gets pushed away or he goes in by himself, it's a disaster. Topside's pushing.
Yeah, it's a pretty big wave. I think that KT, I don't think they'll go for any side laning anyway. It's just nice for them to pick up some extra gold. Here's aiming, looking to find Duck Dom. The pillar comes in as well as the wall. They were all trying to get onto that Aphelios.
And time to test your nerves now, KT Rolster. This is an insanely late game scenario here. One team fight, one wipe wins it all. And they're just going to start this breakup. Damwon can't push mid.
Look
There's
at the
no
base.
inhib turret, rather.
Okay, they have insane damage onto this dragon, though. Bertle's going to try to stop the backs. Do they have enough time to get back? Canyon's trying to stop the backs, too. They're trying to end the game. They might be able to. Look at this. The teleport's coming in. Damwon Kia, they're going to do it. They're going to end the game. Just like that. Game 5 goes to Damwon Kia. They push in. And they say, the hell with Seri. We will take out your Nexus.
We have to actually push. Okay, let's listen to the comms here. It was Brutal mentioned first.
They don't have vision in mid. They say, let's go mid. And they notice now. They're like, oh, crap. Just going to cancel their recall.
Brutal's calling it out. Can't back, they can't back.
Team Chase.
It's done.
Yeah, it's over. Even Canyon screaming at the end of that one.
What
Excuse
a
me.
series, Valdez. We saw the near reverse sweep. We had an hour-long pause. We had
This
Corki-
one had everything.
Corki, the main villain, returns, but he's not the main character. It's actually Birdall who's subbed in.
Yumi was supposed to win and then they didn't. The real twist.
Yeah, the protagonists of KT's story died in the end, off camera.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Jisun for the POG interview of the 2022 LCK Summer Playoffs brought to you by Uri Bank. And this is Damwon Kia advancing to the second round of playoffs with a crazy series against KT Rolster. Congratulations, guys. KT Rolster had one of the best momentums in the LCK, but you guys stopped them, and you guys are the one heading to the second round of playoffs. How do you feel? I came here for a 3-0, but it's 3-2, so it's a bummer, you know. But still, you guys made it to the second round with an epic series. Well, to be honest, we have a long way to go, so I think we really have to work harder. Showmaker, how do you feel? Well, today, I think we were able to get a very quick victory, but I was underperforming, so it's a bummer. And I was like trying my best. I'm so happy and relieved that we actually got the win in the end. We knew that KT is gonna do a great job today. They were popping off today, of course. But I think we also stepped up. We did an alright job, so I'm pretty happy. Congratulations one more time for this victory and Showmaker. We were so curious about the starting lineup. It was Bertle you guys were starting with instead of Nuguri. I guess you guys have gone through a lot of prep for this matchup against KT Rolster. Tell me about it. Bertle was just like having himself locked up in a room just practicing League, and he was trying many different picks, and he was really confident these days. And we wanted to give him a shot. Was there anything also you guys kind of prepared against specifically KT Rolster with your coaching staff? Because, you know, KT doesn't really have any information about Bertle, so we, prepared a lot of strategies with him. And Tokdam, let's get back to game number 1. Let's turn back time. You are popping off on Lucian, getting so many kills by yourself. So, what was the plan into one of the best bot laners in the LCK, KT's bottom duo? I'm pretty confident in Lucian. That's it. Then what was on your mind on your way to the stadium today? I was not feeling that well, so I was like, this might be a rough day, but after playing the first game, I was like, no, I'm feeling great. So I was actually expecting a very kind of easy win, to be honest. What about you, Kellen? I just wanted to, feel relaxed and play out the game. And well, prior to that first game, Lucia and Nami duo was on an 8-game losing streak, and you guys were playing that into Zeri. So how are you able to kind of lock in Lucia and Nami regardless of the recent kind of failure of that duo? I mean, if the opponents actually counter that strategy perfectly, yeah, it's a bad duo, but still they're really strong because they have a really high damage output. Then Kellen. Well, I think both teams were really proactive around the bottom side of the map. So what was the communication like with you and Canyon? Well, we played so many games today, so I don't really remember exactly, but yeah, we did have a lot of comms. Then Showmaker. You played Talia into Azir. Remember that? Yeah, I do. And the head-to-head score is actually 1, 2, 4, and 4. And 3 of that 4 wins belongs to you, Showmaker. I think you kind of completely understand the mid lane matchup. Tell us about it. To start off, Talia is really weak in lane, so you need a lot of help from the polar Canyon. And as long as she can scale and get your lane, she does a great amount of job in this team fight stage. So we really wanted to focus on team fights. And Vikla, the rookie of the split, you know, he's always full with energy, always going in for aggressive plays. So how was playing against him? So even though sometimes he doesn't really go through lane that well, he always managed to come back. So yeah, he did a great job today. Shout out over to Vikla. And Deokdam. What was on your mind heading into the very last game after winning 2 first and losing 2 games? We lost so many games that we had to win, you know. We should have won those, but so we were not on the best kind of mood, but still we really wanted to close out the series with our victory. I think Bertle obviously was so nervous in the last game. Who was the one that cheered him up, you know? That's really important. I mean, he kind of relaxed as the game started. He did it by himself really well. He figured out. And Showmaker still coughing a little bit, right? I mean, I need to get some rest, but what can you do, you know? I have a question about your Corki. So you, in a very high-pressure situation, you actually decided to play Corki, a champion that disappeared after the nerf. Yeah, I mean, no one played it after the nerf, so I thought it's a bad pick. And then I watched LPL, and Doinbi was actually using Corki a lot. So yesterday, I kind of brought that up. We, you know, went through it yesterday, last night. Because Talia is weak in lane. So Corki was a really good pick. Well, however, Damwon Kia started off really well in Game 5, but Zeri started to become so fed. Were you guys worried about that? Kind of. But still, I was like, this could be our last game, so let's just give it our all. I'm so curious about the backdoor action. In the player comms, it was turned out it was your call. So, Game 5 as well, I was not doing my best job there. So, I was not feeling, well, to be honest, you know, I was feeling so bad in my heart, but I saw the angle for the backdoor. So, I really wanted to. I saw the angle, you know. I knew it's gonna go well, so I told my teammates, let's go for this. It was a very hard-fought series, and congratulations on that. And also, thank you for so much love, all the fans out here. And you guys will be heading to the second round of the playoffs. Your opponent could be Gen.G or T1. Who do you prefer?
저는 항상 이제 왕호 형을 이기고
I always
싶어서
want to be
젠지랑 하고 싶은데
Peanut, my old teammate, you know.
젠지가 누굴
but-
고를지 잘 모르겠네요.
I'm not sure who they're gonna pick. Kenyon, who are you expecting? I think we're gonna play T1.
느낌이 그렇습니다.
Just my gut feeling.
And
And we're about to check out the result shortly after this POG interview, so stay tuned. And yeah, playoff round 2. We'll decide who is going to be the finalist. Showmaker, any last words to close out this interview? I'm so happy that we won today, you know. And I hope we can prepare the second round as hard as we can and come back with even better performance. And this will be the end of the interview of the Damwon Kia POGs, and back to the carpet space. Thank you.